All right, Keith. The Cubs landed Kyle Tucker from the Astros not more than a month ago, but they could not come to terms in arbitration. There was a $2.5 million disparity between the two teams. What does this mean for Kyle Tucker's future with the club?
So you'll hear a lot from media, from fans, from people like us who talk for a living that
Yeah.
this will harm their ability to do a long-term deal with the player and there'll be bad blood. No, it's not true. It's really not true. Both
Yeah.
sides,
Yeah.
the player side and the team side, have studied this extensively, and obviously the team side have more incentive to do so, and they found that no, it doesn't matter. And in fact, treating players more favorably during the arbitration process or even during the pre-arbitration process has absolutely no effect on players' willingness to sign deals or the dollar figures required to sign those deals later on. And so, to me, there are two questions, right? The question you asked, does this harm their ability to do a long-term deal with Tucker? No. And I think that's unequivocally a no. Is this good business when Tucker, even if the Cubs lose the arbitration case and have to take Tucker's number, or otherwise simply just agree to his number, he's still wildly underpaid. If he plays even 3/4 of a full season, because remember he missed time last year with the broken shin, he's still going to be underpaid. So to me, it's a little bit, I don't want to say penny wise and pound foolish, but is this really what you want to be spending a lot of your cycles on? I
Yeah.
understand you want to save every penny. It's a business. I'm not a business owner, so that I don't face those kinds of questions. But this is pretty trivial in the grand scheme of things, and this
Hmm.
isn't the smallest case, right? We see there are some arbitration cases this year separated by, I think there's one that's only about $250,000. I know it's a lot of money to
Uh,
most people in the world, but to a baseball
yeah.
player or to a baseball team, it's just not that much. It's a rounding error.
Yeah.
And you think of the time that is required on both sides to negotiate, pursue the case, write up the case, hire, a lot of teams use outside consultants, lawyers to help with
Hmm.
the cases. You could be doing other things that are actually making your team better in that case. And that's certainly what I would be advising. If this was a case where if the Cubs just went to Tucker and said, "Can we just split this down the middle or something very close to it and then move on with our lives?" You can't do that every time. Obviously, you don't want to be a pushover, but ultimately, if you
Yeah.
could do that every time, you'd be much better off as an organization because the Cubs still have things to do to be, I
Hmm.
think, stronger contenders in a very winnable NL Central.